What's up? Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Reluctant Nabi back again. All right, live at 8. Make sure I'm not early. Probably running, okay, 3 minutes late. Hopefully, y'all can give me a pass on that. Um, so, in the meantime, let me take care of some things real quick. Okay, got the right one, baby. All right, so let's see what happens because been having a couple of problems with YouTube and hey, what's up, Berserker Jedi? Been having a few problems with YouTube, and a lot of people are not getting my feed. So I don't know what's going on with that, but let's see. Let's see. Something I was trying to upload yesterday, one of my videos wouldn't upload as well. Just, you know, having a time for a couple of issues. So we're going to wait for a few more people to roll up on in here. We've even had a few problems here at the hotel. So in the meantime, in between time, let me do this as we wait to see what's going on and wait for more of the brothers to come in because this is going to be an important one right here. All right, let me greet everybody real quick. Geboren hardu gudag olo oi to the bang vasas los bonjour mes amis. Kedo bawani konnichiwa. Ni hao ni ama. Sani bonani jumbo herbarigani. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. Kamusta ka? Kamusta po kayo? Talapa lava soy fua. So, with everybody out there, I forgot to tell everybody that everything was beginning now. So let's wait and see what happens. See how many people are getting the signal. I know I had a lot more subscribers, so let's see what's up. Yeah, I know I am. But here's the thing. With the level of censorship, that's going on, it proves that this country is not where a lot of people think it is, especially those left-leaning ones, right? And so it is what it is. So they can't be upset when a lot of the men stop participating in this mess. All right? So it just is what it is. All right. So hold on for a second. So as we wait for people to come in, all right, and see what happened, because this very first part is going to be some bad news, because a lot of wickedness and evil has happened to me here, and I suspect that a lot of people are not going to want to be aware of this news that I'm going to deliver here today. So Yeah, I usually have a lot more people coming up, especially with the scheduled event. But I mean, clearly there seems to be some kind of censorship really taking off here. I'm gonna see something real quick. All right, even my usuals that would usually be early, they're not here. And so yeah, there's some stuff going on. And I mean that they're not getting my messages. So it is what it is, y'all. But then again, that's where it becomes really important that people share the content. All right. So yeah, that's what makes it very important that people share the content. All right. It's very important for people to share the content because a lot of stuff, especially when we talk about Afro man seeking remedy. All right. First, you wouldn't let us talk. Right? First, you were lying on us. Then you were clearly bashing us. Then you wouldn't let us talk. So we got passports and we decided to leave. All right. And then you start banning and shadow banning us. And so we said, you know what? We really don't really care like that anymore. Right? So we're checking out altogether. Period. Now, when I speak, I am basically speaking to the people that really support my channel. And because they realize it's not the channel that they're supporting, it's the mission that I'm doing that they are supporting. All right. So that's what we have here. We have a lot of people that's realizing, oh, this dude is trying to accomplish a mission. And so they recognize that, oh yeah, it's a mission that he's supporting. And so because it's actual good that I'm trying to do, and this it should seem strange, but it really isn't when you really look at it. It seems that YouTube, Google, and all of that, the people that they're really trying to do is people are really trying to stop it, or the people that's really trying to do something that affects or affects the community in a positive way. All right. They don't want us to help ourselves. Again, we kept saying that is it the primary goal? Is it the primary goal for them is to get us so that we're completely dependent upon the government? And that answer is absolutely yes. When you really look at what's really going on, they are trying to get it to where we are completely dependent upon the government. All right. And so in order to maintain that, what's up, Backwoods Rider or Black Manta? In order to maintain that, they understand that they must come against us. And they're leveraging a bunch of stuff against us, like this shadow banning. So what happens when we really just say, you know what, F? And here's the thing. They are shadow banning with the help. I want y'all to understand this. They are shadow banning with the help of the BAW. And that's what we're going to talk about, the betrayal here. All right. That's where we're going to address the betrayal that's going on here. All right. But it's not just them. It is not just them. All right. So what's been going on here is this. What's been going on here is this. I'm going to see if I can get this brother to listen in on for a minute. Hold on for a second. Hey, brother, if you have time, could you pop in for a minute? Because I wanted to address something that would be up your alley, since this is something that's happened to me here in Colombia. All right. So as we give the brothers that I just sent the link to enough time to pop in, I'm going to talk about my plans coming up because they've been severely altered. All right. And I'm going to talk about an incident, but in talking about this incident, right? I'm hoping the person that that's responsible for this will do the right thing now that they know that, like, I'm just calling it out. All right. So basically, I was making my trip on over to Brazil for two reasons. One, they had made another soccer shirt for me in Brazil. Okay, they had made a soccer shirt for me in Brazil, and I need to go by the barber shop in the favela and pick it up. All right. The thing that's really getting to me here is how difficult it is becoming to actually do the work. All right. And it's getting difficult to do the work hold on, let me add this. And so-called black men, period. We got to watch our backs everywhere. So, hey, what's up, brother Elijah? What's up, Mr. Pirate Rain? So as more people start coming in, this is why I say that the black community cannot, it just can't be rebuilt. All right. It is due to traitors and betrayal. Now, let me go back to an earlier time when I was living in my apartment. And one of the things that's been going on, is that I was not aware of hold on. What in the woody woo? Okay, got it. I'm in the wrong thing. Okay. I was not aware of how bad, hold on. Talking about it now. I was not aware of how bad I was being fleeced by the very people that were pretending to be a help. Okay. I and other brothers that's been trying to do big things that actually cared about building with brothers, building this community, building, um, like we said, doing something bigger. People keep saying, black women, everybody, well, what you doing to build? What you doing to build? Well, we're trying to build, we're trying to do something, but because the so-called black community is so effed up and toxic to men that are builders, and the toxicity is the worst kind of toxicity that's going on here. That you can't build for the people who are trying to take you down. Hey, so what's up, brother Elijah? Essie May. Oh dang. Hold on for a minute. Let me do something real quick. Because brethren, I forgot. Okay. I forgot something. I forgot. All right, and I should have remembered this. All right. So let me do this real quick. All right, let me go back here. All right. Hey, what's up, brother Yediah? And I'm waiting for two more guests to come on here too, because we were in a deep conversation on Two Truth. Well, y'all know her in a minute. All right. But we were having a deep conversation. And there was a brother on here that I got her to invite. So we'll see if he shows up when we talk about this history. Because basically, we are basically talking about a stark history of betrayal. Just a stark history of betrayal. But hold on for a hot second. Okay, now my stuff is going to act a fool. Oh, it ain't acting a fool. I got it turned all the way down. All right, hold on for a second. I'll be back. As we wait on the other two people to roll on in. All right, so I'm back. All right. So as we start breaking some stuff down, right? Um, we're talking about betrayal here. All right. And some of the times the worst kind of betrayal that can happen is family members that betray you, or people that get close to you. All right. And so basically this thing is deep in such a way where you get to the point, and it's a sad point, right? Who you can trust. All right. You don't know who you can trust, right? It seems that violence against other Afro people, and that's by design. Okay, don't get it twisted. That is definitely by design. All right. All right. And so, what do we do about that? That's one of the questions you start asking as you see this breakdown and stuff like that. All right. There's another thing that devastates when we talk about this stuff. The other thing that when we talk about this stuff is this. That when people hit, by the time you realize how much damage they've done, it's just on another plane. All right. And that's kind of where I am at now. And then some stuff been happening to other brothers, right? And this is why you can't, and we need to call them out. Now, with me, I'm gonna see if the people that's been doing me dirty, if they're gonna um, level up and try to make things right. Because you know, you get that moment where you can repent. All right. But we need to bring all this stuff in the open. We need to bring it in the open, who's doing what to us, so that as we move along, because a lot of times people do these things because they think they could get away with it, because they think nobody will out them. All right. And so when we keep it to ourselves, what they do is they keep doing it to the next person and the next person, right? But when you finally find out what they're doing to you, if you look back, you will see that what you saw this time is just the tip of the iceberg. It's stuff and dirty stuff they've been doing to you the whole time. And these are the very people that you help allow to be around you and stuff like that. And so, as I was having a conversation with somebody, and there's a way that we can tell these people once we get around to it, and as we learn traits, right? We charge, we leave them in the back of our head. We leave them in the back of our head because some people they're just not going to repent. So you out them. You just straight up out them. Period. No time. You don't have time. Um, we don't have time to let stuff like that slide. Period. We have absolutely no time at all to let stuff like that slide. period. And we were talking today. All right. We were talking today. We were having a conversation. Hold on. Let me do this real quick. All right. We were having a conversation. I was having a conversation. And basically, we were talking about a lot of stuff, a lot of historical things that's been going on. Right. And the main reason we have not been able to get ahead and do what needs to be done is that we've been betrayed. All right. We've been betrayed always from the inside out. All right. We've been betrayed from the inside out. Um, Hold on for a second. And as we've been betrayed from the inside out, no, wrong person. If Reginald is up in here, that was me calling you by accident.
Hello.
Hey, I just sent you the link. Could you send that to what's his name? The link to the panel. And let him know it's the link to the panel. All right. All right, bye.
Okay.
So basically, so when we talk about these betrayals and stuff like that, so that should cover everything. All right, when we talk about this betrayal, I was speaking to Brother Elijah as well. Hold on, let me greet everybody. We got Backwoods Rider. What's up, Mr. Pirate Brain? Oh, what's up? Sorrel Ngana. What's up, Sorrel Ngana? What's up, SC May? Hey, your diet. What's going on? K Dot, what's up? Let's see. The unveiling with Khadijah. Okay. Berserker Jedi? Okay. I think I hit you already. All right. So we got 20 people in here. If you can't get, all right. So now let's start getting into this. Talk about some things that happened to me. Some things that happened to me. And as I was sharing this news with the other brethren so that they could be on the watch, so that they could beware. What I didn't realize is stuff was of the same thing. What's up, Zimalu? Was happening to other brothers. So basically, this is the breakdown. All right. I'm down here in Colombia. Down here in Colombia. The first thing that happened was there was a brother that like, oh yeah, man, I'm gonna help you out. I'm coming down there, and this, that, and the other stuff is free for me, whatever. I'm gonna bring a bag of soccer balls down for you. Bada bada boom, bada bing, bada bang. Not only did the dude couldn't show up, but and hey, that's a given. Stuff happened, right? But that's not what made it bad. What made it bad was upon the day that the dude was supposed to start flying out and being prepared, all phone conversation was cut out. He didn't even have the guts to tell me that he couldn't make it. All right. But here's the other thing, though. It wasn't that the point was he couldn't make it because we could have helped him out. I was helping him out anyway, right? Like once he got here, I was like, man, I'll hook you, take some of that hotel stay off of you, right? But he decides not to even call. So you only have one time to do that to me. I leave you alone. Not make it, because stuff happened. I'm gonna say Brother Elijah was going to come down, but stuff was going on. Brother Elijah called me, hey, bruh, I can't make it. Stuff is, I know people got stuff to do. People got work, this, that, here. Brother Elijah told me, bro, and he wasn't even talking about bringing some stuff down. He didn't even have to call me. But he called, he was like, bro, I can't make it, this, that, and the other. I kind of get a gander, like he was probably involved in some serious stuff, right? But this dude didn't call at all. Just was going to just leave me hanging. And I had to get these soccer balls down here because of what I said I was going to do, right? Then somebody came down and pretended to help, and my money disappeared out of my safe in my hotel room. Now, I know who did it because thanks to the hotel and the way they have the rooms designed, I was able to figure out who did it. All right. So thanks to the hotel. The other thing that happened, okay, I'm calling myself trying to help a brother out, and parts were being stolen off of my vehicle that I let them use to help them out. Right, K. Dot. Yep. All right. And so I'm saying that the BA, here's the thing. Tell somebody. All right, here's the thing that I was trying to tell somebody. All right. The thing that I want to let people know is this, that a war is more difficult for somebody to wage on you when you know you are in a war. Let me say that again. A war is more difficult for somebody to wage on you when you know that you are in a war. The issue here is a lot of us was not aware that we were in a war and that our main combatant was the BAW. Okay? We were not aware of that. All right? Then as we start having discussions, a lot of the regular women, the sisters, started to realize, no, we're hurting. We have decimated the Afro community and we have to repair. And the main people who decide to be in a war against us then started to attack those women, calling them pick-me's and stuff like that. The backstabbers, yep. They smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place. The backstabbers. Backstabbers. Oh, yeah. All right. And so this is the thing that's going on. All right. So basically, parts were being stolen off the car that I was letting somebody else use, trying to be a brother, trying to help another brother. All right. But this last time where it was the nail in the coffin was this. Spark plugs was stolen out of my vehicle. And this is what pissed me off the most. I had just got a tune up where I had all the spark plugs replaced, and they are expensive. For a Ford Expedition, they are expensive. My god sister got the vehicle, and she had drove it, and it was miss. She didn't know if she was going to make it back. So a vehicle that we let somebody use that was in good condition came back, and then she barely made it, afraid that she was going to break down on the street. This is the insecurity that happened as a result of what this person did. Took it to the shop, and I wanted to know what was taken out of the car to do that, because she drove the car. First of all, the car sat for a couple of weeks, and I decided, well, the brother is doing some things for me. Hey, let him use the vehicle. Right? And so when she got it back, took it into the shop, and the spark plug in chain cylinder number 1 was so old, it was ridiculous. We was like, what? And then they told me all of them were old. And we were like, what? So someone took out the new spark plugs. Now, let me give you what happened. I had this tune-up done before I came here to Colombia. All right. So I had everything done. I had a tune-up, had everything done just before I came here to Colombia. I registered my car, and then I dropped the vehicle off to my god sister. Right? And we had let somebody use it, call them ourselves helping them. And what they did was they've been helping themselves to parts off my car for the longest, and we couldn't figure out why things were just all of a sudden going wrong in this person's possession, and only in this person's possession. For a vehicle I never had a problem with until it was in this person's possession. All right. But when we took it to the shop, we took it straight to the shop. And then they put it on a machine, and they checked it. The spark plugs were old. Interesting. Because the receipt said that the spark plugs were brand new. Not even 3 months old. And y'all know spark plugs don't go bad and look like they've been bad for years when you just put brand new ones in there 3 months ago. What's up, Space Rice Krispies? So this is what's going on, right? Some mess happened to Brother Elijah as well. So we got snakes trying to tear down the very brothers that's trying to build up. So instead of asking for help, no, their whole intent was to steal. And then I started paying attention to a lot of stuff that I was missing, but this person was ending up with. Same thing happened with my battery. But what they don't know, well, what they do know, because I went and spelled it out. So I took my car to the shop because, again, it was losing power, right? And so as they were doing things, this was during the time, they found out that the battery that was in there was not the Walmart. And so what we did was I was like, what's my... It's a battery that I had bought with my Walmart credit card. So when I went to the store that I bought it from, they could see it. All right. They can see it. Oh, you bought this battery. So you know what? I just let them have it. Because I was like, okay. They needed, and I just got a new one, right? If they would have asked, hey man, could you help me out with a battery? I would have done so. But instead, they decided to take it and make me think that, oh, that old battery, and to lie to me like that. Right? And so then I'm gonna check and a police report on my vehicle so that they could do an investigation. Period. So the person have until I get back to make things right, or I'm gonna file a police report, and I have all the information that I need. Period. And I'm gonna have the police go to that apartment complex, and I have who had the keys, this, that, and the other, and let them do that investigation. Because it's sick when people do that. And if they can't fix it by the time I get back, oh, we're gonna put them out in the open. Period. All over the place so that people can know which brothers cannot be trusted. Because that ain't no brother. And the same kind of thing. All right, the same kind of thing happened. The same kind of thing happened to Brother Elijah, but not from the same person. But people that come into the group, they see you're building stuff, and they're the main people that's tearing it down, because they're tearing you down and preventing you from building by draining out your resources. See, that's what they do. They drain out your resources. That's the same thing that these so-called supremacists we talk about do, and they don't even have to do anything. All they have to do is they set things in order to make people greedy for money, and we're being attacked by our own in this manner. They come in like, hey, brothers, like that. But they ain't wicked ones looking to destroy the people that build from the inside. That's why we need to leave them alone. That's why we need to leave them alone. Now we get to the BAWs, because they are the ones that produce these dudes. All right. It's the BAWs, these single mothers that produce these dudes to think like this, that instead of working for something or developing relationships where a brother can help you out, right? How about you just go on here and take from the brother? Here's the thing. Hold on. What do you think about the BAW on this TikTok telling other BAW about that, and instead stop trying to help them? Well, they shouldn't try. They've never helped us. Think about it. In the history of this country since the 70s, when have the BAW helped the Afro men? They did everything to destroy us, destroy our name, destroy our image. They was the right hand of this so-called supremacist system that we talk of. The right hand and the left hand. Okay, what's up, Greg Mahone? They were these hands of this. It was straight up betrayal by them. They're the ones that's raising up all these people that's thinking, all right, we're not going to get together as brothers. We're going to try to steal from another brother. They taught their sons to be thieves. And no, they don't go and steal from the Caucasians. No, they steal from the very people that befriend them and they're trying to build. All right, this person took my Brazilian money that was made, that was for the children. Period. They took my Brazilian reals that was for the children that I put to the side, that I saved up and put to the side. So when I got there, I would be able to get shirts for the ones in the other favelas. They did this. Right? Y'all remember before teenagers that I was helping, and they stole my weapons from my house, and their mother was like, and their mother was literally trying to hide the boy out, saying he went somewhere else. And his mom, and he wrecked one of my vehicles that he didn't have permission to have, but I was like, you can watch my house, this, that, and the other and stuff. And his mom was like, oh, you shouldn't have tried to help him. That's what his black mother said, who had a bunch of abortions. You shouldn't have tried to help him. Understand this. The black mom said you shouldn't have tried to help her teenage boy become a man, an honorable man. That's what you get for trying to help him. All right. These women up here talking about that's a fantasy. They've never helped an Afro man. In general, they don't help us. The only people they help is the jailbirds they like to let get between them legs. They don't help the regular man. These are the things that the mothers are saying. So then their sons keep growing up into grown men with the same mentality that I'm a rob from another man. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And this is why we can't build. It's hard to find allies when you can't hardly trust most of the dudes out here, especially in certain zip codes or area codes. Fathers do raise their children to be men. Try to put influences in your daughters' lives to be women, because most fathers understand that they can't train a girl to be a woman. So we try to send them off to places, get them involved in stuff, get them around women and all the rest of that stuff. Okay, and so that's basically it. All right. When I was raising the girls, y'all know, I tried to have them around. It's just that it's hard to find good women to have them around. Oh, there's a story behind that. So here's the story behind that child's father. The dude that was currently married to his mother stole his mother off of his father. So the dude that was actually living in the house and stuff, that was his stepfather. But the stepfather was sleeping around with his mother on his real father. That was something I really wasn't aware of. And of course, they spent most of their time in the bedroom smoking trees. Hey, what's up, brother? See you in the missus. All right. And so, and this is worse than the thief, because you're stealing the spark plugs off of somebody's out of somebody's vehicle because you don't want to pay for your own. The reason why you don't have anything, because nobody trusts you, because you do stuff like this to somebody that's trying to look out for you and let you use their vehicle while so this dude didn't have to pay insurance, and he was using a vehicle, right? He was using a vehicle that somebody was allowing him to use where he didn't have to pay anything on, just put gas in it for himself, while he could take the time to get up some cash to fix his own vehicle. But instead of buying his own parts, he decided to steal the parts out of my vehicle all the way down to the window. I was like, why is, I mean, something arbitrary like the window? And so as we look back how my car was having problems while his was getting solutions, right? And so this is where we're at. Hey, what's up, Captain Marvel? We're in a place where not only this, not only this, but now I'm gonna say this: we still have a community of brothers. All right, but us community of brothers, we got to let people know who the snakes are. Now I'm giving this person a chance to repent, and they got until I get back to kind of fix things up. All right, but when I about a couple days before I'm getting back, I'm filing a police report because I want to get back. I want to have it to where when I get back, I can go get the receipt from the tune-up. All right, so I can go get the receipt from the tune-up. All right, and there is proof as to who had the vehicle and the keys. There is proof we got when there was an issue, an immediate issue, and then we got the other information. Oh, and here's the other key. Here is the other key. The other key is I had some more work done on the vehicle at another shop a couple of days before I loaned the vehicle out to this brother. That's not a brother. All right. So everything, so the vehicle was delivered to him so that he could use it. Um, he could use it, and um, so, and this is what happened, right? And this is all coming from, I have a belief that if If you trying to build something, you share out of your abundance. And that's something that I live. And yeah, and most of y'all that know me, been around me, and this dude knew this too. Only he was trying to exploit it. But then, yeah, you cross me, you got a chance to repent. But I'm putting everything out there. I'm gonna make sure everybody knows. Because that's some effed up stuff to steal parts off of people's car while they let you use it. And I let this dude use my car for more than 6 months. Because I didn't need it. I couldn't drive 2 cars. Right? And I just met a significant other, and she's cool, right? But she got her own vehicle, so I still can't drive 2 cars. And shoot, at the time I had 3 before I wrecked that Infinity. So I mean, and so this is the issues. We're getting to the point where we got a lot of dudes that's getting mixed up in groups of dudes that's trying to do stuff. Um, Most of the people that are online are trying to hustle, make money, hustle, hustle, hustle. Yeah, this is just crazy. This is just crazy. We can't trust people. It's sad when you can't trust people. I mean, we talking about black people you can't trust. They tell us, "Ooh, there's nothing worse than a white woman. Gotta watch out for that white woman." But the people that's doing us the most damage are the BAWs and her minions. All right, and this is the straight up truth. The BAW and her minions. I wanted y'all to look at this, right? Well, I got my e-swords open. I'm gonna get to Jeremiah 7 and 18, right? But I wanted to go to Isaiah real quick. And we get down to the 12, and we're looking at all of this stuff. All right. Let me do the old King James version of it. Something that y'all are very familiar with this line, right? Very familiar with this. The reason why they destroy us, because these women brainwash them, teach them criminality, don't teach them what real manhood, and so that as they grow up, they just see people as fodder to be used by them. And that's basically it. They see themselves. Yeah, I know the connection is kind of breaking up. It's in and out, in and out. But I mean, that is the nature of what's been going on. Okay. Oh, and brother Derek, he was talking about this machine. And this is the thing, right? This brother he makes a machine that turns air into water, takes it up to Michigan, and Caucasians sabotage it. All right. In here, this is what I'm saying, brothers. This is why I kept saying we need to make bridges to everywhere we are. The United States is not the only place we are. And people got to realize that we aren't as monolithic as people would like to believe. One of the biggest problems we have is this. This is the image that they're throwing up of the black woman, and they're trying to force us to be a part of this crap right here. And no matter where they're from, they will sell us out for a piece of plastic or metal from Caucasians. They will sell us out for their approval. Period. They will sell us out for their approval, for their award. And then they will talk about how God has blessed them to get the white man's award. You know, they are so happy to be recognized by the Caucasians, even though they are looked at side-eyed by everyone else. I don't care about how many Grammys you have. They're giving them out to everybody anyway. Anybody little thing. They're mind warping thing on our children. You don't get no respect from me because you got a Grammy. All right, other thing. All right. The other thing is they're running around here like, oh, that they are a sister. But this is what we used to have families that were extended families living together with other extensions of the families. All right, period. All this, and we want to talk about lies. We want to talk about lies. The whole time we thought, oh, Okra, we thought Okra had a hard life. Turned out she had a good father and had to admit that. But for most of her life, she SH'd on the character of her father by proxy because it paid her, got her paid. This is the image of what we used to be. This is the image that you got a bunch of these simps chasing after. Here's the problem with this image. And this image that they're okaying. Here's the problem with this. None of these in the latter two give a F about Afro men. They don't give a F about family or anything like that. Lizzo got the way she got because she didn't care about her health. All right. Y'all have to understand. We have been sold out as men. And good sisters have been sold out too. Because understand this. If they attack us, when this is the general image of the Afro man and his family. We had family, we had money, and I wanted Sister Khadija to speak on this because she was spitting some stuff. She was doing a live stream, And here's something that I noticed also as well. Hey, brother Elijah, yeah, here. Hey, brother Elijah, I'm gonna send you the link. Yeah, I want you to add to the show. You don't even have to show up. Hold on. So I'm gonna send a link if Sister Khadijah and Brother Elijah, if y'all could click the link. Um, let's see. Oh no, I have it here. Nope, that ain't it. Delete. Hold on, let me get this link for y'all. All right. Hey y'all, for the moment, just let Brother Elijah and so oh, I keep saying that. Oh, they're already being replaced. Okay, and we'll talk about this. I'm gonna let Brother Eli and Brother Khadijah come up because that walks right into this segment right here. How the BAW is being replaced. And we had this conversation, but I want Brother Elijah. All right. So if you can, Brother Elijah, you can go ahead, click that link. Let me do this. Connect this WhatsApp real quick. All right. And if you have a problem here, I'm gonna send it directly to your WhatsApp. And Khadijah, I sent it directly to your. I sent the link directly to your messenger. So if you can go to Messenger, and Brother Elijah, I'm gonna send it to WhatsApp. All right, so it's and Khadijah, it's on you for WhatsApp too, if that's better for you. So Khadijah, if you could go to your messenger, if you can go to your messenger, you can click it, or if you could go to your WhatsApp and Brother Elijah, I sent the link to your WhatsApp, so you should be able to hit it there. All right, so Khadijah, you got it on your messenger, liar. Oh, and there y'all are. Bam. There you. And sister, you are on. All right, so go ahead, brother.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, okay. Well, greetings to everybody. I like this message, and I want to say this because Zemalu was here and Roland is here, and we have a group and we're doing some things. And the discussion is about betrayal and enemies and traitors. One of the things as we go through this, uh, I personally believe that the Most High is exposing all of it before we get to a certain place financially and economically where we can really do so things. So I believe these people are being weeded out. Do I like it? No. Well, what are we talking about, brother? Well, for over a year, me and some other brothers have been involved in a project. And it just recently came to light that it's been a bunch of garbage, a bunch of lies, a bunch of deception. And as I look back, I saw it. And at the same time, I saw the word. One of the things that the book of Sirach says in regards to the Most High Son, he tells us, do not deny the gifts that I have given you. And I did that. The person's very last name, which means Dracula, was a hint. Other things were there, and I dismissed it. And I dismissed it because in my zeal, hoping that I had actually come across something that we could do as a community, as brothers, kind of diminish usually my radar. So anyway, yeah. So even when you called me the other day, I didn't even say anything. I didn't even bring it up. I listened to you. I'm like, this ain't no coincidence. Look at how this is happening. Now, here's one of the keys. Because I'm going to say it like I said it before. Either you believe that the Creator is with me and Nabi or not. Fine. Nabi going to do what he's going to do. The money that me and these brothers lost, which was upwards of $50,000, and it's just a number. But still, it was a loss. My biggest issue, and they are here, there are two of me here, and they know because they were there in that Zoom. My biggest issue was not my loss. I can recoup that. Like I told you, I was doing that before I met them. My issue was, to a certain degree, I believe that these brothers were investing because of my word. And they're here to say, yeah, that bothered me. That bothered me. When I told them, I said, y'all loss irks me more than mine. I don't care the amount. Money to me means life. It means gifts. You have put in effort and time. And for someone to come in and underhandedly steal and snake it, and that person, no, I said, if I was in front of you right now, you would be down. And I'm glad I'm not. But then I'm put in the hands of the policeman, and I'm paying a price for something that you did. But it's tough. But again, at the same time, for us, it is a learning lesson. We come equipped to be about community, to share and give. But the Father is showing us, for those who walk with him, we got a whole lot of enemies. And we just can't even comprehend. I can't comprehend, brother. Real talk with me. I can't comprehend hanging around anyone and desiring to take from them. I can't comprehend that. I can't comprehend snaking my own people. When I understand, because in the financial realm, I understand, according to what they say, most Americans can't even come up with $400 in an emergency. When I hear Americans, they mean white folks. So I know our situation is even worse. So I want to come in and take your last bit for what? that stuff, and whatever they took from you, Nabi, is something. But I promise you, it ain't changed their lives for the better. And I guess they don't really believe. I guess I'm supposing they don't really believe that there's a real creator. And all this time they've been around.
No, they can't.
They've been around me. And like I told, I'm still deciding in regards to taking legal actions. But like I also told some of the brothers, well, y'all could also do the same thing. You have his number, you have his emails, and you have, if you want to take legal matters, do so. I operate as a CEO. I don't wait on other folks. And I hope these brothers are not waiting on me. If you feel you need to do something, then you need to do that.
Right.
But
and we need to take legal.
But on this side, and I keep this, I'm already recovering and then some. Because nothing, I tell you, it's nothing changed. I still come and go as I want. It was a dollar amount. It was a great lesson because certain things now that I know about business, I didn't see before. And now I know what to look for. And I'm going to be frank with y'all. When you my enemy, I mean for you to die. I'm an eye for an eye. You want to give it back? No, you give me back, you give them back, you give us back 7 times what you stole. Nothing less, not 6.9. I want what the book said. If I go there, you know what? I want everything attached to you cursed. I want your daughters to turn into whores. I want your sons to turn into simp. You have become my enemy. I mean that to the core. Because I know me and my brothers came to you with good intent and goodwill, sincerity of heart. And this is what we get. No, I'm not praying for you. I'm hoping against you to the day of judgment when the Father visits you and you answer him the question when he said, why did you steal from my son? That's all I got to say on that, Nabi.
But here's the thing.
Again, and also, let me say this too, brother. I also thank you for having the strength to come and bring this to us. Because it might be some of others in here now that got snakes around them and don't even realize and say, you know what, hold up now. If they'll do that to Nabi, if they'll do that to Elijah, let me look again at my circle. Have I been letting some stuff go? Let me look again. So y'all don't get bitten.
And that's the point. That's a good point right there. I bring this out because you remember the video I did, No More Family Secrets. A lot of these daughters that's growing up, that's gone through hell and stuff, it was because everybody knew that the mama was letting people have access to daughter, have access to these sons and stuff. But they hid it because they didn't want to speak against mama because, she's God. No, ain't none of that mess. And here's the other thing. And so when we have people that abused our, think they're going to use our kindness like that. And the thing that really, really upsets me is that they put that vehicle, I always had that vehicle straightened out. And they kept breaking that vehicle down. But at this point, they put that vehicle in a state where the harm could have been done. She was showing me the engine light was blinking on and off. And man, how do you have the wherewithal to do that, especially when you watch what I do? But then that's the other thing. A lot of people want to take the accolades from the work that you do, or take credit for the work that you do, while at the same time causing you harm as well, thinking that you're not going to notice that the Most High is never going to bring it to light, right? And then we have the history. We have a deep history behind a lot of this stuff like that, where a lot of stuff stayed hidden in our history. All right, we keep giving people a pass, and we don't know this picture right here. So we don't know how good we were doing, brothers. You have, I brought Sister Khadija on here because you don't know how good we were doing in the 50s, and six, before that.
You would know if you did
We
research.
didn't have a bunch of, we didn't, this woman did some, hey, Khadija, go ahead. Is she muted? She's muted.
Oh yeah. Can you
Unmute
hear
yourself. Okay.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
This
So
conversation we had this afternoon. We can hear you.
yeah. So I was doing a live stream earlier and it lasted so long. And we kind of talked about everything under the sun and then some. And the thing that we started talking about was just the image of black women. And then we kind of got off into the other stuff. And the thing that I brought up during my live, it was a video that I found on YouTube. It was called The Secret of Selling the Negro. And it was like an excerpt from a larger documentary called I Am Not Your Negro. And it was about 20 minutes long. And it basically was a kind of like a scenario type of thing they put together to talk about how well the black families was doing in the 1950s and how, it mentioned 1 in 3 black families owned their own house and that black people had something to the tune of like $15 billion in disposable income. So they started examining the so-called Negro population or Negro family in the sense of an untapped market where, they could sell to us. And that it was just 20 minutes and if I find it, I can share it with you all. But it was just very interesting to me to see that, all in this video, they dismantle all of the lies that, we still even hear to this day. It was talking about how, oh, well, what about, lending black families money? And it was talking about how black families paid their bills on time more so than any other group of people, and how we had all of this money to be able to spend as far as, on I guess like material things and all this other different stuff. And the main point of the video was that the black family, not the black woman, not black kids, the black family was the largest, I guess, economic source in the entire community. And it just really was eye-opening to see and to just hear them talk about that and dismantle all of these lies that we are still even told to this day. And then it made me start thinking about how, okay, 10, 15 years later, then we got so-called integration. And on my live stream I was talking about earlier was just how any single thing that white people have introduced to us, it wasn't for our benefit. And by the time they did give us access to it, or we started to be able to use it, it was in turn for our own detriment. Like the fact that we could not integrate and shop at their shops and go to their neighborhoods and rub shoulders with these people, it wasn't nothing that was ever helpful or beneficial to us. It was something that was detrimental to us. And I mean, that's honestly what kind of led to our demise. And, kind of just, I guess, thinking about what y'all are talking about, the traitors within, once we start rubbing elbows with these people and we got access to these people, the women specifically, we let white women whisper in our ear and tell us all of this so-called bad stuff about black men. And then that kind of just tore us apart from the inside out. And the other thing I was mentioning in my live stream today was about like the divide and conquer tactic of white supremacy. You be able to just get in between and, the job is done right there. And that's basically what has happened to us in so many different aspects and ways, but more importantly, by getting in the middle of the black family and kind of destroying that. So, yeah, that's just kind of my immediate thought on that. I don't want to go like on a
Uh,
soliloquy, but yeah.
And so I was going to say this because we covered this because statistics are involved when I was talking about the Afro family way back when. So how many people know how long ago I did? Remember when a while back when I did the thing about the children? Because I did this thing about the 80% children way back like 2014, 2013, right? But there was some other curious things about things during pre 1950 that I mentioned there. One, we rival Caucasians education. We surpassed them in college education. Okay. The other thing we did, we had a higher number of children growing up in a two-parent household than the Caucasians. We had higher business, higher home ownership than Caucasians. And this was in our neighborhood. Now, our stuff wasn't going to be as expensive as theirs. And of course, we were being shot from the air and bombed from the air. All right. But like I said before, what destroyed Black Wall Street wasn't the bombing and the and stuff, because by 1936, they rebuilt that. What destroyed it was integration. All right. That's what destroyed it. It destroyed a lot of our stuff. Because what happened is, like BET, Caucasians took over all of our businesses. Like we went into their neighborhoods thinking like, oh, we're going to be able to sell to everybody. No, that only went one way. They were able to sell to everybody, meaning us and them. All right. And like hip hop, we sold out everything. Like hip hop, we sold out everything. Right. This is the image that we had. All right. The sons, the daughters, a rather large family. A lady was saying, we're not only about music. And I was like, you don't really don't understand that Afro people are about music. Music is what leads us into mathematics and all the rest of that stuff. Because we understood jazz. Well, we understood it because we created it. Oh, yeah, that there's that little thing. We created jazz, we created blues, we created rock and roll, all this stuff, all the popular music, right, that everybody makes money off of, came from us. Elvis' voice come from an Afro man. All right, everything copied, tooth and nail down to everything, even KFC, Dennis Leary, and Jack Daniels. Come on, y'all. All right. And so when we get into this, this was who we were until the Caucasian women who needed the numbers of the Black women to have more of a power base. Why? Why did they need the Black woman? Because in America, white men respect numbers, right? They fear numbers. They talk about the Hispanics, but they don't worry about them as much as they worried about us, because Hispanics, let's say this, the Hispanics, when they have children, right? Some of them identify as Caucasian, so they're okay with that. We could never do that. Because, I mean, if you look like me, I mean, you know what I mean? All right, so we couldn't do that, right? And so basically, if we start multiplying, there's no way that they're going to be like, well, we're going to claim them as us. No, they can't claim us as them because we're the dominant gene. All right. And so and people really, go ahead.
Can I add something to this conversation? And thank you for that, Khadijah.
Go ahead.
In regards to finances and investing, and I want to touch on this on purpose. For those of y'all who know, I'm in the crypto arena. And I recently came across some very shocking information. Last year, you had some of the biggest CEOs in crypto that met with Congress to explain to them what crypto is and where it's going to go. It's like a 4-hour, 50-minute is long. It's long. Towards the end, I heard something that just shocked me. Brian Brooks, who at one point was over Coinbase, said to Congress, there are more minorities investing in crypto than white people. Now, see, you have to, if you in the arena, if you will, you will understand where those minorities, I know when he said it, he meant black men, so-called black men. One of the battles, look at nephew. Anyway, one of the battles. Now, when I said, oh, now this makes sense to me.
Wow.
Why they are fighting crypto? Because I know. Look, I do the numbers all day, every day. People have no clue of the tsunami of wealth that's coming. While you're distracted with Cardi B's and the Mega Stallions and this rapper, that and that, that's coming. They see it. They have always spent trillions of dollars to keep us in the dark of who we are and what we can do. Yep. And they're doing it now in the crypto because only in America. Because I was done like it ain't but so many of us, according to what they say, but more of us are in crypto than them. They know when the money comes, that financial freedom, which is something that most of us lack, almost puts us on a playing field because I can do something in someone else that don't look like me, but they got that top-notch lawyer, and I got a public appointed one. Justice is not meted out the same. But when we can meet them on the battlefield with the same financial means, it's going to be a problem.
I'm gonna tell you their other problem too.
And okay, let me finish. And so, when you understand it, and Roland and Jim Lou know, they have heard me say, you got to take crypto to zero to get me out of it, brothers. Me and Nabi have tried this many times, and I'm done with it. But you're gonna wake up, and you're gonna like, that thing was what, and now it's this. Because when this is global stuff, when they bring in the global market, the global institution, when you look into these companies that manage tens of trillions of dollars and realize they're just sitting on the sideline, they connected, but they're sitting on the sideline because we need global regulation in order. You're going to go to sleep and you're going to wake up and you're going to look and you're probably going to fall out. I don't do guesswork. I do research and studying like Nabi does. I don't come with no nonsense with folks. We have always been what the Father's given us, but we need everything. I need to know that them certain women ain't no good. I need to know certain brothers ain't no good. I need to know Nabi is doing this and Nabi is doing that. But in order for us to be really free, we need a certain degree of financial stability, which means you have to get engaged. And I want to say this, and then I'm done with this part. I was so glad and just talking to brothers individually, just talking to them. And I said, okay, when we get this, what you going to do? And it is what it is. They kept bringing you up now. Man, I want to do it. And I didn't say that. They brought this up. And so I'm glad that some brothers realize and see, yeah, the Creator is probably with you. And some of us need to do this. Some need to go this way. Nabi had to go on his journey to find out about this. I had to go on my journey to find out about that. And now the damn snakes and con artists and the no goods are being removed. And it was very nice for me to hear a pleasant voice of a woman that looks like us. Thank you, Khadijah, because it's a rarity. And so we're coming into a new place. The question is, will you be ready? That's what
Let me say this real quick.
Please, brother, go ahead.
I'm gonna say this. I meant to say this in Khadijah's thing too. You see this comment, we are not the minority. All right, even in the United States, right? And I want y'all to understand this. And this is stuff I'm going to say out loud. We are not to be counted. We are not to be counted. But money, but the communities, how the communities get money is going to, and that's why we need to do the census. We don't need their money. Think about this. Think about this, brothers. If we were trustworthy with one another, we would not need their money. The reason we need their money, or we think we need their money, because there's too many snakes in the neighborhood and you can't do anything for them. And let me say this. So I had my vehicles are paid off, right? And so I paid my bills on time, got my vehicles paid off, and I don't. When I get another vehicle, I don't go buy a vehicle and then trade in my other vehicles. Right? I keep an abundance. And why do I keep an abundance? Because I know I'm supposed to help my brother. Right? If it's a brother. So if my vehicles are paid off, think about this, brothers. And I know my brothers are trustworthy. Now I don't know who to trust. Right? Right? If I loan you, and so now I got to think, okay, I loaned somebody, I loaned the dude my vehicle, think he was a brother, and he's stealing parts off of my vehicle. How effed up is that? Right? This dude will steal my money and steal money intended for children. How effed up is that? All right. This dude will steal parts off a vehicle that will make it dangerous for people to drive. How effed up is that? But did you know that that dude probably could have just driven the vehicle anytime they wanted to for a pass today for a longer time while he wait to fix his own vehicle, or he could have just saved his money and managed his money right and fixed his own vehicle a little at a time, since he had a brother that would just let him use the vehicle, his vehicle. Right? Think about that. Brothers, we didn't need them. What we needed to be was honest. Oh, dang, I used the wrong number. Hold on, brother.
Hello?
Yeah, brother.
Mr. Jameson?
Hey, sorry, bro. I called you by accident when I did. I was trying to call somebody else.
Wait a minute. Hold on, sir. Is this the reluctant lobby?
Yes, this is. Yes.
How you doing, sir? It's a pleasure to meet you. I listened to you for years, my brother.
Oh, well, you know you're on live right now then.
Okay, man. I'm sorry, man. Do your thing, man.
No. I mean, did you have something to add? Were you listening?
No, man. I just saw a missed call, and I just called back, man.
All right. All right, man. Yeah, that was me. Well, that was an accident. I was just I sent you my link to let you know I was going live, but then I was trying to send somebody a link and I accidentally called you instead.
It's okay. It's all good, man.
All right.
This is me, and we're friends, and now I know exactly who K. Jameson is. So it's not a problem, my brother. Go do your thing.
All right, man.
All
right. So basically, okay. So this is the thing, right? This is the thing. So we have everything. We have everything we need to have a process. Need nobody else. But because of selfishness and having a female mentality, the only people that should have, period. That's the only ones that should have a female mentality is women. What's up, Rasan? What's up, Rasan? Okay. Minority, it's not it's a political, right? And so they're not supposed to know our numbers. Now they're not worried about us now because most of our women are unaliving us through the abortion. But now with this ruling, they're still not worried about us for this reason, because they know that most of the BAWs have decided to be an enemy against the Afro man. And the Afro man does have a concern that if he's not careful as to what BAW he get with, they're going to ring him and his child through the family court system. So a lot of brothers are saying, you know what, I need to get ghosts and go find me a woman from another place. All right.
It's funny.
You know, and so that's basically it. Oh no, I'm not exposing him fully. I'm giving him, so a lot of this stuff we're just finding out. All right. My vehicle, I just found out day before yesterday what was going on with my vehicle. So I let them know I'm calling the police. Right? I'm letting them know I'm calling the police about my vehicle. I'm gonna wait till close to the time I get back to the United States so I can fill out a full police report. Because quite frankly, I don't think they're going to try to make things right. All right. And so we have the evidence that before the day before they got the car, it came from out of the shop. All right. And we got the receipts about how the spark plugs was new from the mechanic that did the tune up and put in new spark plugs. All right. That's really effed up. That is really effed up. So, I mean, and it is what it is. It is what it is. All right. And that's the really effed up part. This is somebody that had access and use of my vehicle. No, they didn't steal my car. They stole parts. They were stealing parts off my car while I had let them use it. So I let them use my vehicle for like half a year. And there was always a problem. And problems I never really had before. All right. And I let the battery go, but the spark plugs, oh, hell no. Right. And this is the karma, because they got a chance to fix it and get stuff right. And we ain't going to be cool, but they're going to have their anonymity. All right. And I won't associate with them. I'm going to make sure I got all my stuff. Hey, Brother Elijah don't have a YouTube, but Khadijah, write down your YouTube, your channel, or come tell them what your channel is so we can go find it real quick.
Okay. I don't know if I can attach a link in there. I only got a couple of videos, but
I'll find it.
On YouTube, I am the Unveiling with Khadijah. So the space Unveiling w/Khadijah on YouTube, or you can follow me on TikTok. That's where I'll be at, talking the most stuff.
Okay. All right.
I can actually do it like this. This is how I'll put it on my display name, if that'll. I can do it.
Unveiling. What is it? UN?
Unveiling. UNVEILING w/Khadijah. KHADIJAH.
Got you.
No living single though.
Living single. So you got me doing it.
You know what, brother?
Uh-huh.
I've been getting hit upside the head, kid you not, for about 4 or 5 years. And it was interesting. It's from Caucasian. They have been saying, why don't you have a YouTube channel? People need to hear this. And I really can't come up with the answer. I do like my peace though. But maybe it's time.
That's your answer right there.
Yeah, maybe it's time. I don't know. Oh boy, it's interesting.
Young boy 24 said what my dad said.
What did he say? That's her channel right down here. Let me put it up here real quick.
And my one video that I do got on there, it actually did a deep dive into the real roots of feminism. So if anybody want to know, it started sooner than the 50s and the 60s. So yeah, if you want to check that out.
Yeah, so, and I think that's the video I put up, that right there. No, this is the interview you was having with somebody. Is that the video? You know what? That's what Khadijah said. But I think this is what I think was happening. They was taking parts off my car because their vehicle that was down was a similar vehicle. And so what I think, they was taking parts off their car and using it for theirs. Because I asked my mechanic, could they use my spark plugs in their truck? So could they? I have an Expedition I was letting them use, and they had an Explorer or something like that. And they said, yeah. So I think that's what's going on. Okay. And so that, hold on, where we are. Okay. And so that's what's going on. Because is they keep my stuff. They keep it. They don't throw it away. They keep it. Okay. So that's her thing. So you can go to her YouTube channel and check it out. No, on her thing, she lets you know that the history is surrounded in supremacy. Like it isn't what this stuff we think now. Nope, ain't what it was. And that black woman wasn't included in feminism. That's not her channel. Oops, hold on. Oh, okay, my bad. Is this it? Okay, this is it. I got it. My bad, y'all. I gave y'all the wrong thing. Okay, my bad, y'all. Okay, I did it all wrong. Okay, here we go. Sorry, y'all, brethren. Okay, here's her channel. All right, that's her video. All right, I did it all wrong. I messed it all up and junk, hitting the wrong thing. Actually, no, these spark plugs are not cheap. Not in the Expedition or in the Explorer. They're the ones that cost $80 a piece. Because they're taking out the whole house. So they're the ones that's expensive, and so yeah. Okay. So yeah. Yeah, she did a lot of research on feminism. Young boy 24. She did to the links of which we never did. Okay, so this is what I wanted to address. So this is how the BAW is being replaced, right? Right now, Joe Biden has made a bunch of laws trying to slow down Afro men from getting passport and traveling outside of the United States to give up their citizenship. So he made that prohibitively expensive for us because, all right, and they're trying to slow us down because nobody is trying to hook up with the so-called black woman in the United States. All right. So even now that they realize they can't fight the passport brothers, they're trying to shame them now. That's why you see a lot of shaming tactics where you have a lot of super simps that that come up here and say that say, okay, that you're wrong. Yeah, our sisters are precious. There's nothing better looking than our sisters until you go overseas and you see that almost everything is better looking than these women here in the United States. Right? And you can't figure out what it is. You can't put your finger on it. And then you but oh, they're feminine. Right? And so even other black women that goes to these places, they be like, oh my God, this is I didn't know this was our competition, because they thought that it was some poor thing. They thought it was women that wanted a green card. No, they want the brothers to stay there. No, he drives an Explorer. They have the spark plugs are going to be the same, and some of the parts are going to be the same. Okay. And so that's basically it, right? And so yeah, it was made by them, BAW. What happened is they just needed, actually they needed us destroyed. And collectively, they understood this was a way to do that and to make the community basically Democrat, and to split up all that wealth we had and take that wealth from out of the hands of the Afro family and put it into the hands of the corporations. Oh, they would say this, but passport brothers are the last thing from simps, right? A simp would be the one that stay around and be like, oh, even though they've unalived all of our children through abortions and stuff, oh, they still a queen. They still a queen, even though they drag our children through the family courts thing. They still a queen. No, passport brothers are the last bastion of real men that's going. And this is why. In scripture, it says when you see evil, separate from it. They're the ones that's strong enough not only to see it, call it out, but do something about it and say, you know what? I don't need them. The only people that think they need the BAW, and we shouldn't, it's the BAW that should say, I need a good man. We shouldn't be like, oh, we need them. We are supposed to set ourselves up as men, that we have our SH in order. So when the BAW, like as somebody, as when they're growing up, they come into, oh, I need a man now because I need a covering. Well, then there we are. Somebody that have our SH together, our credit together, this, that, and together, that can provide. And then she comes in. Now, here's the other thing. And this is what I told my significant other, right? I laid the ground rules as to what I stand for, but also what I'm supposed to do, right? Not only, but they also saw what I did in real life. And then they decided to become a part of what I did in real life. Imagine that. That's the thing that really made, it didn't make me care about them. Because here's the thing, I choose as a man who I care about. There's no, you can't help who you fall in love with. Oh, F that. You always can help it. Just because you like the criminal-minded thug that's going to slap you upside the head. No, don't tell you we can't help it. Yeah, you can help it. Because you have no problem dissing the dude for being plain. Have no problem, so you can help it.
Now, let me ask you something.
Go ahead.
How is it that the so-called black women can grow up around us, can't or won't spot the decent one, but women that come from other nations, other cultures, other history, get around and can spot us almost immediately?
I'm
I
gonna
don't
tell
get
you
that.
why.
I'm like, because in my thought, like, okay, y'all got first dibs.
Right.
So explain that to him, brother.
Okay, so this is what it is. Evil. Just evil and wickedness. Wickedness love wickedness, and wickedness begets wickedness. So when they want to do wickedness, and they're not going to get with the man that's not going to tolerate it. When they want to control someone, they're not going to get with a man that can't be controlled by them. When they want to destroy somebody, they ain't going to get with the man that will allow them to destroy them. Right? And then here's the thing, you got to be about something. So they're not going to get with the man that's going to require you to be about something. Because a man that has those qualities you can get with them. But let's say you decide you're going to change and put on the 304 uniform. This man will be like, get out my life. I don't have time for that. Period. So that's my thing. I will never trust the person that stole from me. The only out I'm giving them is I'm gonna have the police either all in their life because they the only ones that had the key, and publicly I'll let everybody know. Because if you can't make things right, that means you think you could get away with stuff and not see any. No, I'm gonna let the public know, right? And stuff like that. Because we're going to need to know. Because this ain't a real brother. All right. And so that's how I deal with it. Because that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to judge them and call it out. Give them a moment to repent. If they don't repent, put them out there. No, this person will not repent. They will take your stuff. They will steal it, and they will and they will do it to the point where they put risk to people you care about. No. All right. No. And so basically, when you leave the United States, and that's when brothers with passport, they come back, oh, we ain't putting up with no mess. Right? It doesn't mean that we ain't going to talk to a BAW. It means that the BAW need to come with a BAW. We ain't going to talk to a BAW. We'll talk to a sister, and a sister will already have herself together when they're looking at us. And we will be attracted. If a woman meets our thing, our standards, we're going to be we're going to see it and be attracted to it. But oh, you can't help who you fall in love with. No, you choose. You choose who you care about, and you care about them for a particular reason. That's why you chose them. Hey, David. Right? And so what the brothers are doing is they go out, they get the passports, they go out, go to Colombia, they go to Brazil, and they like, oh my goodness, I can't believe these women look like this. Right? Now, the DR too. You got a lot of gangster dudes that go to the DR, right? And they go in there for one purpose, but they announce it loud and clear. We going to have some fun in the DR. And the DR women don't mind, so they go down there, and so all their resources is going into those women. Right? And so now it's a problem because as that puddle of men, there wasn't a flood of men. There wasn't an ocean of men for black women to pick from anyway. Remember, they put most of them in prison. They raised them to go to prison that they like. I'm not saying most men. They picked most of the ones they like. Remember the saying, all the good men, y'all know how that goes, right? All the good men are what? In jail with white women, or the G-H-E-Y. Remember, they always said that? Which means that if you was working 9 to 5, had your stuff in order, had good credit, but you weren't really, really rich, like a rich athlete to be with a white woman, or you weren't a thug, thizzle for shizzle my nizzle, out there cracking people over the skull on your way to prison, or you weren't one of their little friends that dipped on the other side of the fence. Oh, and the reason why they was getting all the HIV was because they was getting it on with those dudes. And those dudes were not undercover. They weren't DL. They were straight out in the open, walking around with their boyfriends. And these women were picking them off. Like, remember the one slide, the one video I showed you where this woman looked at a dude and the dude just told her straight up, no, I don't go that route. He said, I'm gay. And she said, well, the next thing that came out of her mouth is, well. And he told her. But us straight dudes, they ain't having that. Because we don't make enough money. All right, we're not 6 feet. We have to be 6 feet. But the woman that they get with, she could be pudgy and short. The thugs, they could be short. With no six-pack or nothing. All right. And so what's happening is that enough of the brothers, it drastically, the word is out, and they're going to these places, and there's this learning languages. Most are going and learning the language, getting immersed in the culture, and staying where they're at. And the black women are having their face because, like Brother Elias said, it's sad that all the other women see the quality of the man that's coming over there, and they're getting with them. Now, they're not getting with the thugs like that. They know who they like. Yep. And there's a reason why this happened, Rasan. It happens because the BAW need the teacher to raise their children while she go in the house and do all whatever while their child is at school. All right. And this has been the operating procedure for a while. It's been the operating procedure for a while. All right. And y'all need to see it. This used to be our family. Right here. This is what our family used to look like. And now people are out here trying to worship this as God. And why? Because somebody put it in the picture. And you have dudes literally worshiping these women because of a booty, and they are in the picture. And they'll put up. Here's the thing. They'll put up this picture as if it's the representative of black women, but this is not the representative of black women. That pool party is the literal representation of the so-called modern black woman.
And Nabi,
go ahead.
You know, you did a video once before, it's very interesting, and you mentioned, well, other women now are getting these shapes as well, and they ain't coming with all the baggage. The Asian women, right, the Arabian women, you go on and on, they getting these same shapes that you go back and look, they didn't have them before, and now they got them, and they're meeting us or we're meeting them, and we ain't got to go through all the hell.
Right. Right. And so,
can I say this too? Because that in a way is a anomaly, because according to the last thing I read, most of our women are not even overweight, they're obese.
Right. And that's the thing. That's the thing. The problem with our women is they're not thick. Right? And when we go to Lizzo, right? Hold on. This is the representation. That's the representation right there. That's the representation right there. There it is right there. That's what most BAWs look like in America, statistically. All right, but they're at this pool party saying that, oh yeah, this is okay, but it's not. It's not healthy. And now Lizzo is in trouble behind her weight. And people try to tell them, but the industry was like, oh, we like this. We like this. We want to promote this unhealthy thing. Now, here's the thing. Here is the thing. What's happening is they were promoting this and saying, Afro man, this is all you have to choose from. The Afro man is like, no, that ain't all we have to choose from. My passport says different. And so a lot of these dudes, from the time the movie Frustrated in Brazil came out, brothers start experimenting and going and leaving. And even if they went to visit, when they came back, they was like, oh wow, I can't deal with these women here. I went there, and these women, in everything, it's the femininity of it all. And it was just a shock to a lot of brothers, right? And so they weren't going to tolerate anything from the BAW anymore. And then some just kept going back, right? And then a lot of brothers start marrying and staying in those countries. In Colombia. Oh Lord, in Colombia, there's a lot of expats in Colombia. They have parties with a bar full of nothing but expats. All right, and stuff, and you be like, man, there's this many brothers out here. But here's the difference: they become part of the culture, right? They have become part of the culture. And this isn't boding well for the majority of women, right? And now, hold on. Now you got women who have waken up and they call them pick-me's, right? Hey, Khadijah, talk about some of the names they call you on. They've been calling you because of your TikTok channel. Y'all have to go see her TikTok channel is Too Fab.
No, I think my TikTok is just my name, Khadijah, with 4 H's at the end. But
Okay,
yeah,
Khadijah.
I mean, it's really just they don't really like the truth from nobody. Like, not even women who share our reflection. Like, anytime I'm on there saying anything that is telling women to better themselves or calling Black women out, they say, well, it's not just Black women, it's all women, and you would pick me, and oh, girl, what's your point? But, when I have the live stream and I open it up for them to come on and share their piece, they're just furiously typing in the chat. They don't want to join live and actually go back
Oh,
and forth and
yeah.
say anything. So it's really crazy. I mean, it's no different than how they treat, y'all men. It's they don't like us females saying nothing about it either. So yeah, but when you invite them to have an actual conversation, they don't say anything about it, or they don't want to have a conversation.
Right. And they don't want to have a conversation is because it's one thing to be typing stuff, and then it's one thing to get there on the live and everybody can see you at the same time. Some when you're typing, some people are reading what's being typed, but they're mainly looking at what's being said. Now you get up there and you start saying some mess. Oh, they're seeing you in real time, and they don't want that heat. They're trolls. All they want to do is cause problems for other people. Period. That's all they want to do, right? And so the pick me's are getting picked.
Yeah, I even had a girl who was like all her videos on her TikTok page was her like bending over, shaking her ass, and she was even like had videos saying like that she F and all of this, and she actually came under my page saying I was a pick me, and I politely just had to send her on her way because I mean I told her she was a pass around, so it's like if I'm a pick me, you a pass around, so okay, we.
Yeah. Well.
Hmm.
And then that's the other thing, I guess, too. Like they try to shame you. Like if you're a female who are trying to, speak up on behalf of men and trying to hold women accountable, then they want to try to play reverse psychology. Well, you're not being feminine because you're clapping back, or they try to use that type of thing. And it's like just because I'm trying to act in my feminine nature doesn't mean that I'm not gonna still clap back at you. I mean, let's not ever get it twisted. And they really hate that because they expect you to be some kind of pushover, and it's like, no, ain't nobody a pushover. You're not about to just come on here and talk to me any kind of way. And men, y'all ain't gonna go back and forth with these clowns, but it's like females like myself, we'll go back and forth with them, and it's only gonna be so much back and forth we'll go because they don't really even usually have an argument, and they just really just there to spew insults, to be honest.
What they have is misery and emptiness.
Yeah.
They are
Right.
they are void of any joy or happiness.
Right.
And see the games that some of us don't play because people say I'm rough. I say, well, get around my nieces. They'll tell you how kind I am.
Mm-hmm.
Because then the man in me responds to them being feminine.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And just like me and my brother, me and Nabi conduct ourselves accordingly. But like y'all heard me earlier, you conduct yourself as the enemy, then you're going to see that side. I don't want to show it. You done that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we are just responding like we should.
Right.
Accordingly. And they don't truly know what to do. They are so miserable. And and Jimmy Lewis heard me say this many times as I call him my nephew, I don't make myself uncomfortable to make my enemies comfortable. Then I'm not being me.
Say that
I'm not
again.
being me. Huh?
Say that again.
I don't make myself uncomfortable to make my enemies comfortable. I am commanded and instructed by the Most High to be a vessel to speak truth. Now, I have to learn how to do it more politically, if you will, sometimes. But truth is truth. If Nabi sees me doing something that's in error, I would expect my brother to correct me in truth. How are you going to correct me in a lie? That doesn't work. And so they don't want truth. I make it very simple. If you don't want truth, you don't want the creator, and ain't no way me and you gonna walk together. What does the book say? How can two walk together unless they be agreed? So if you don't agree with truth, then I already know you walking with the enemy. So you are my enemy. And so when they hear you and they oppose you, I already know who they are. What have you said to them? Your life, the way you reflect, disturbs them because they have no peace. And in a minute, they're going to see brothers who love the Creator. All of a sudden now we're standing with you. And then they're going to look, oh man, she's got, and y'all got the thugs and the simps and the sellouts.
Yes.
So war is here. And see, Nabi was saying this about you, Khadijah, before you ever got here. I'm not saying it was you, but Nabi was saying, brothers, there are good ones out there. But they need to make their voices be heard.
Right.
And you have to, my dear sister, because the book instructs us that if you see something and you don't speak out in truth, the Creator will also hold you accountable.
Correct.
So you speak your truth and you live your truth and you walk your truth and let them die while you live.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I just seen one of the comments flash and say, yeah, it's pointless to go back and forth. And it really is. And a lot of the time, that's why I don't even like to be on social media, because it has become an alternate reality for, like y'all said, these miserable women. And it's crazy because I don't hear none of these women have this same energy in real life. Like, they don't have all of this lip and talk and mouth in real life. And it's like, in my own day-to-day, the women around me, I hold them accountable. I check them about certain stuff, starting with the grandmaster, your own mama, and it's just certain stuff. It's like, you're not going to deceive me about anymore. You're not going to just be able to say it and just run right past it. Like, I'm not going to go for that misandry talk, like I did when I was brainwashed. I didn't know better. And I think the problem is a lot of time we're afraid to hold the women around us accountable, because we like to be in this echo chamber where it makes us feel good and it basically gives us this false validation. And so we don't like to shake up that we don't like to stir up that pot. But it's like, just like you just said, Elia, it's like when you sit back and are silently co-signing this stuff, you basically you're enabling it, and that is punishable too. And it's not helpful at all to other women when you sit back and silently co-sign this stuff. And it's like, what do you really have to lose if you do speak up on it? It's like, okay, what, I'm gonna lose some hyenas as friends? Okay, woohoo. And it's like, you're not helping me anyway. Like, it's not like you can help me do anything anyway. So it's like, yeah, if I gotta risk losing your so-called friendship just because I'm calling you out on your BS, then so be it. And a lot of women don't know how to be alone. And it's like, I mean, we're not supposed to be alone, but I mean, if it's the case, if that's the choice that I have between hyenas, being accompanied by hyenas, or being by myself, then I'm just gonna have to be by myself then.
Well, let me say something else to you, Khadijah. In the book of Solomon talks about, he went on a mission per se. And out of 1,000 men, he found one that was righteous. And out of 1,000 women, he found none. So the rarity, you see, and see, the book says that a man that finds a wife, not a woman, a wife, finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Most High. It's like a ruby. So if you are sincere in your walk, then understand you walk in this earth as a precious ruby. You are a rarity. They are going to come at you because they are dirt and they have no value. And I don't want to get too vulgar because you're a woman, but people walk around and they do certain things on the dirt, even the animals, everything. But that ruby, high value. Carry yourself no less. And I'm gonna say one thing, and yet don't go back and forth with them, because the book actually said when you come across a fool, leave them alone.
Right.
Don't waste your energy with them. They want to do that. They want to do that. No, I said no.
And here's the other. I was getting ready to say there's another important thing that that's going on too is like they always um when they call these women a pick me, right? They're assuming that they're single. Oh, you just want to be picked, but you single just like us.
Mm.
But I mean, and that's basically it. Hold on.
Yeah, it's almost like they said it's like kind of a hurtful thing, but it's like we
Well,
all.
no, they think you're single, right? So when they say, "Oh, you a pick me, you a pick me, you ain't nobody going to pick you." They're saying, "Ain't nobody going to pick you. You single, you single like us." And you just hope that some of these dudes are going to pick you, but they ain't going to pick you because they ain't picked me. So you pick me. You supposed to band together with us and be miserable with us and and not try to get picked. Oh, but you up here trying to get picked, and they're saying it in a derogatory way that
Mm.
you're a pick me. You're a woman that want to be picked, but ain't nobody picking you.
Right.
But here's the thing: has somebody picked you? This one woman just let them know. Oh, you thought I wasn't picked.
Hmm. And usually the women who are standing up and saying something are women who are already picked and accounted for. So it's like, I don't know, it's a strange, it's a weird, and then it's a other, like the other thing is it's like you saying it as if we all don't want to be picked. Like it's kind of like when you was playing dodgeball as a kid, everybody had to sit and wait for each team captain to pick them. So it's like you want to be picked. So it's just like it's a weird. It's again, it's kind of like a reverse Uno of reverse psychology that women try to play, but it's like, yeah, y'all ain't about to play them little word games with me. So
Uh-huh. And so yeah, so she's picked. All right. That other woman, I forget her name. There's another woman, she just came right. I'm picked.
it's this one lady that I follow on here. They removed her page from Instagram. Actually, her name was Celebrity, and she had to make a whole new page called Queen of Accountability, and she goes down to the point where she looking at people's records, she calling people social workers, she turning them into their probation officer, she do all of that type of stuff, and they hate her guts, and they be so mad, and they always try to like disparage her. Oh, you a single B, you bitter B, and whole time she married. And so it's
Wow.
like, she be really going in on people and they hate it. Or other people who speak up, like the Danica Marie on here or whatever, they hate her because she speak it, and she might not say it as like eloquently, or she be cussing and stuff, but they always try to go in on her, and it's like, but she got a husband. It's like, why has that become the new flex or whatever, to try to despair somebody? And then the reverse psychology is, oh well, but we not having the same energy with white men. No, it's like these same women don't have that same energy for the white men signing their paychecks, or the white men that signing their Section 8 vouchers, but they had that energy and animosity toward black men and black women. It's really just, it's really disgusting, to be honest.
But
And
here's the thing. Like I said, it's wickedness. All right, it's wickedness. Um, and the thing is, when you look and you're being robbed by a friend in another country, and they make it look like it's people from the other country, that's even worse. Period. It's worse as to what they do when they put your family in danger. Period. All these characteristics, all these characteristics, right, are things that are taught by these women, and then when you call them out because of how dangerous this is, not just to to you, but the community as a whole, to have us looking side eye at people that didn't do anything, but wondering why we looking side eye at them, and meanwhile it was us. It was one of our own. It was our friend and stuff like that. All right, and then when you call these out, everybody want to deflect onto the people that's calling it out, or they're want to deflect onto the people that's being done dirty. And it's the dirty ones that want to deflect.
And you know,
you see
brother,
what I mean?
Our choices that sometimes we make so trivial, they carry a lot of weight. And I'm glad you said that, because I've said this many a time. And you know, when I went to Brazil and I got to talk to Auntie Sammy and all of that, and I was telling others, I said, well, I'm walking in the path of what Nabi has done. And I saw you as an ambassador. You know, I've had conversations with my nephews and nieces, and I said, well, my decision when I get ready to make a wife, it's not just me. Because if I make the wrong choice, yeah, she may be kind to me, and then I give her access to y'all, and then the other side that I don't know comes out, and then y'all are suffering from my decision making. We have to be very careful. Because just like that, you know, that thief could have did a lot of damage to the work you've been doing.
They did do damage to the work you're doing.
And they don't care.
Yeah, they don't care. I'm gonna have to work.
Oh, you said he did do damage?
Yeah, he did damage. He took all the Brazilian money.
Yeah, you know, and see, that's work. That wasn't over.
I had a lot of Brazilian money, and they knew I kept the money in the checkbook. They knew I kept it in the safe, but I didn't have the safe locked. And I let them walk around my room.
And can I say this, brother? Evil, and I'm glad this is happening. Brothers and sisters, see how patient evil will be? That brother's been around you for patient, looking and waiting and lurking for opportunity to bring down what you built up. What I've listened to you now for years. What have you said there was an error? Brother, I would love for y'all to donate, but please take care of your families first. Don't send me a dime if other stuff is out of reach. So what's the fault in that? This is what I'm doing. The soccer ball. You get the sim. So what's the issue? We have to, and we're learning, and we, you know, we grow very fast, because I'm pretty sure it won't happen again. I know in my life, I won't say it's impossible. It's going to be very difficult. Because and you're right, that's troubling stuff. Those brothers and others that donated to you, and those who were investing with me, and if it wasn't for who we are, stuff like that could literally destroy you. So yeah, we're learning.
Look at this with Rasan.
Say that again, brother.
Look at what Rasan just typed. Look at Rasan. Read the most every evil has been done to me was due to envy. What do you have to think about that, brother?
And from what? If I want what Nabi is doing, I simply need to say, hey, brother, how'd you get there? Well, I love those results. That's some cool stuff, brother. I've been wanting to share with folks too, but I don't know how to do it. And for me, it'll be easier because you probably already went through the rough roads, and you can say, well, bro, do it, and then I can go do it. And more than likely, maybe not the same, but I would get similar results. What's the issue with that? What's the issue? Hey, brother. Oh, hey, Roland.
And they saw
Roland, what's up, Roland?
They saw you good with making money.
Yeah, you know, because Roland might be, Roland, bro, where your wife from? Brazil? Bro, hold up, bro. Bro. She treating you like that? Really? Real? Bro, what do I need to do? Because I would love to get a woman like that and treat. Why we can't conversate like this? I can't comprehend this envy. And then we say we walking with the Creator. Damn lie. No, you ain't. You walking with something else, then you try to make no. This stuff is and I get irritated because all I have to do, I've learned just to ask. Dang, bro, you all swole up, bro. How you get like that? Yo, I'm in the gym, yo. Yo, can I work out with you? Come on, bro. What? It's just amazing, and it's like you said earlier, it's unnecessary. That's just crazy to me. You're gonna steal from a brother that you know will give to you. That makes no. Oh man, I know you, Nabi, to a certain degree. I've told you. I said, I'm gonna tell y'all some real talk with me. You get around Nabi, he ain't gonna let you spend money. You almost have to fight him. It's just who he is. Yo, bro, I got this in life. I'm like, go ahead. This is who he is. This is who we are. We are a giving people, a sharing people. Oh yes, community. We, like you said, we didn't need no law. We were law, bro. Why are you doing stuff like that? You know better than that. Bro, you right. This stuff is amazing. It is amazing, and we have to say, because it's a sickness, it's a cure, it's a cancer, and it won't be cured. And I don't want my nieces and nephews exposed to corruption like that. I don't want my friends and brothers to be exposed to stuff like that. While we trying to do this, they doing that. Because somebody may. I digress. It's wow. And maybe it's even some in the chat now that are like that. Think wisely and choose carefully. If you don't believe that the Creator is real,
Here's the thing about okra. So fried okra had
which
a
is
good
a Hebrew
dad.
word.
The fried okra, she had a good dad. In the movie Color Purple and all that stuff, that was the BAW wet dream of trying to say that things were so evil, the Afro man and stuff. And I'm not going to say nothing didn't go on, but it wasn't like these women this was revisionist lying history. All right, Afro men had strong families, and stuff didn't really start getting wicked until they took the man out of the home. All right, but Okra had admitted publicly that she had a good father. But based on how she was talking and all the rest of this stuff, people thought that maybe she didn't have a father. But not only did she have one, but she had a good father. But this goes to this point, that in order to make money, that these women, the black woman, will slander an Afro man's name, the whole culture, fatherhood, and everything, to do anything to get what they want from Zaddy. Bottom line, right? And so basically, this is what we got going on. And so this is why the community is dead and it cannot be saved. This is why the brothers are supposed to leave, and we take who we and so me and my significant other, I have made plans and stuff like that. Like if we gotta stay or if we're gonna go. You know, oh yeah, from age of 9, she didn't have a bad life at all. Right? And so I mean, the stuff that we're finding out about these women that try to keep this lying thing going, it's just really, and you be like, what? So what else have they been lying about? All right, but it is what it is and stuff. And so basically, that's why I say we must separate, because that's what Scripture says. We're supposed to sanctify ourselves. We're supposed to move away from this. And it's the same cycle always. We leave the wickedness and let the wicked battle with the wicked. Period. That's what we do. Right? We have to have a plan to escape what they're about to do to each other. Oh no, it wasn't based on a true story. It was a made up piece of garbage that a bunch of black women wrote, right? And they did it in such a ways that people thought that there was some realism. No, it's totally it's now how Stella got her groove back was loosely based on her thing going down to get an 18-year-old Jamaican man who turned out to be dipping on the other side after he used her for her money. But you didn't find out about that in the story. You heard about it after a while, after she wrote everything. Because she tried to make it out like, oh yeah, she found this magical youth as an older woman. She got her groove back. And then he used the hell out of her.
And bro, can I add to that if you don't mind?
Go ahead.
In relationships, when you travel, they pervert so much. But when you actually look at it, why do you see in those cultures, you see younger women and older men? See, Americans with the perverted mind, they just want to know. If you look down at it, it's two-sided. One, what do you know when you're 23? As compared to if you sound in mind and you're 35, what have you acquired? What do you know? So when you are older, if you got some sense and some not, you probably have acquired some things. Besides money, you've acquired some knowledge. You've acquired some wisdom. Why? Because you've lived through things, you've grown, and you're learning about women. So at 35, and I'm just saying 35 is a number, you're probably more equipped to guide a home than when you're 23. 23, yep. And she 20, hormones rolling, raging. Then here's another one. Now you got strugglenomics the rest of your days. And truth be told, women have certain ways, but when you're an older man, you know how to handle it. You know how to deal with that. You got to understand it. Okay, fine. Okay. Da-da-da. And people like, no, folks, this stuff is not working. It's insanity. It's not working. The man, when he's in college, if he got some sense, keep your focus. As soon as you get that girl, now she wants the other focus. Now you done got distracted from your focus first time, then other stuff comes, and then everything becomes a disaster. Because here, the American culture, I'm not talking about guesswork. I have traveled and I have seen and I've looked and I'm like, it works. Younger woman, older man, but then go find out why. I'm not talking about the pervert, do that, whatever. I'm talking about the serious one. Look at Brad Pitt. Look at if you want to talk about the Caucasian men in particular, look at what's his name, Leonardo DiCaprio. But for us, in regard, and let's be real, physically, we are attracted a certain way. And also, when she's in her younger days, guess what? She's able to bear children and usually retain her shape to a good degree.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Father told us to walk in wisdom and knowledge. I see certain things in the comment. I'm not going to get this. Quit saying what you ain't going to do. Get focused on what you will do. Because what I will do, I don't care what the woman is, the Father's standard still remains. Period. Caucasian, Asian, my women, the standard is still the same. I'm going to say it like this. I believe some of you brothers still in this thing right now still got a certain hate by your comments. And it's not the Creator. The Creator ain't never said, don't get no white woman, don't get no Asian woman. No, He gave us a standard, and it's applied to all. And some of you brothers here need to apply the Most High word to yourselves before you even think about getting a woman. Because some of y'all not ready. You think you ready. I've been watching y'all comments for years. I ain't. Okay, what you saying you ain't? Why can't you travel? Your finances not in order. And you're going to invite a woman into that mess? And you supposedly know better? Get your stuff together. While the other one that you don't see yet is getting herself together. So when you do cross her path, you are ready.
Yep.
Do you understand what a woman needs? Are you able to do that? If the answer is no, then you need to work on you. I done seen too much of this hatred in these comments for a long time. Y'all ain't that slick. I just don't. And Nabi knows, my brother. I say, Nabi, you know I watch a lot. I just don't get in there. Yeah, I know you're watching, bro. And I just be sitting there like, look at this. Look at this. I'm seeing this hatred. Nabi ain't sitting here teaching to keep adding to your hatred. He's here to help us understand and get free. We need to also be working on us, even though, yeah, he brings up certain things to women and they do these things. But what about you, Negroes? How would the Father look at you and your conduct and your thoughts and your ways? Are you ready? If he sent one of his daughters, are you prepared? Yeah, I bet the comments gonna get silent now because it's easy as long as Nabi's talking about the women. But what about you? Because when he passed down the judgment, he dealt with the man, the women, and the serpent, everything. And he didn't leave anything exempt. So we should also be getting better and understanding what's going on. Quit this playing stuff. Now answer that, brothers, if you're truthful right now, if you hear my voice right now, if she came and knocked on the door, would you be ready to take care of a daughter that desires to walk with the Creator and will submit and be? Would you be ready? I digress.
I think some of the brothers would be. Some of the brothers know that they're not, but see, that's the difference. There's a lot of brothers here that and I'll give them that path. They say I ain't ready, I ain't dealing with it, I don't want to deal with it, and I'm with them brothers on that. All right, but here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. One of the things that we really got to watch out for, right? And it's always been a problem, is that all of us brothers, right? When I first started, I did the things on credit, I did the things on finances and stuff. And one of the things that we fell at is some of the least watched videos on my channel are the ones when I'm talking about finances. On the ones when I talk about that stuff to get our stuff together, right? And this one, right? These videos, like right here, we have to start making each other aware of what's really going on, right? We got to really do that. The other thing is the passes and stuff like that. No, we got to call stuff out. Because here's the thing. If we're building, right? If we're building, we're going to have to build with one another. And I was talking about friends, how men do not give up our friends is because the friends are the ones we call on when we need to go into battle, move stuff, get something built, this, that, and the other. Right? But then if most of us is unprepared for stuff, then even that wouldn't work. Right? We need to get ourselves together to the point where we just have everything straight. And I don't mean perfect, because nothing is perfect, but straight enough that you can grow together and grow into a community with. We have the scary part about all this stuff is we have nothing that is a part of any type of community going on right now. You know what I mean? Like when you look at it, we have no community type thing going on. We have a splintered one right now. But how many of us be like, yeah, we have a lot of people we can go to. We don't have that right now. And so when people do stuff like that and take from one of us, they do immense damage. They do immense damage that's hard to recoup from or make up from. And they're able to do it because our community doesn't exist like that. Okay, Mr. Private Brand, you on?
Hey, can you hear me all right?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for on. You had touched on a topic that was I thought was very interesting. You know, when you were talking about like some men are not ready. You know my situation. I don't think I don't think people here know it. But you know,
Uh-huh.
my last girlfriend that I was with, I've been married twice. My last girlfriend I was with left me, I guess it was about 13 years ago. I went through a moment in time for about 6 years where I was just really pissed off. And then it started wearing off. But here's the thing, and that whole time now she left in 2009, now we're in 2022, halfway through. And I realized I had never really lived alone. And
Mm.
that's the problem, I think, with a lot of us. We like serial monogamous. We get from one relationship and go to the next one. And I think as a man, you got to spend some years alone. And I'm 60. I'll be 61 at the end of the month. I'm just throwing that out there. And I've been living alone for 13 years. And I'm not lonely. You know, I'm not lonely. I'm living alone, but I'm not a lonely person. And I think men need to know this because they got to get rid of that anger with these women. We got to be indifferent. That makes sense.
Indifferent instead of angry.
Yeah, we have to be indifferent because anger means you're still involved. If you're indifferent, you just don't care, you know, and you got to get to that point because when
I
it's
think
time to move on, like for example, I hear a lot of women talking about divestment. We got to divest from this and divest from that. You know, just okay. If you don't like black men no more, just go and be happy. You know, same thing with black men. If you tired of these women here that's acting a certain way, don't be mad. You know, you heard the old thing. Don't go away mad. Just go away. You know?
uh-huh. But see, I think that's what's happening. The dudes ain't really mad, right?
Right.
As a matter of fact, the traveling dudes, the passport brothers, the so-called red pill brothers, which are the passport brothers, well, let's say the passport brothers, the SYSBM, aren't angry. I'm angry though, because my thing is about children, and I feel some kind of way at how these women have treated children. I feel some kind of way, and so part of my angry, I'm saying something about it, but the other thing, I'm trying to do what I can about it within the limitations of what I have. So that's the difference, right? So I see
Right.
something, I'm to it, and then I'm gonna use my own resources and try to do something to mitigate what I see as a problem, right? And if I can't do it in the United States, I decided to do it elsewhere. So yeah, I'm real angry. And I'm angry that you're going to lie about men being the cause when it's straight up the women. All right. So with that said, I can look at the dudes with the passports, and I'm glad. I like the way you said indifferent. Those dudes are indifferent. They're like, we don't care anymore. You didn't want us anyway. We out, right? Who's getting angry is not those dudes. The dudes that are getting angry are the ones that's left behind, the simps who are arguing on behalf of women, trying to shame the passport brothers for leaving. The passport brothers aren't angry at all. As a matter of fact, when they come back, they're like, oh man, the women in such and such a place was so feminine. This was an eye opener for me. And they're no longer angry. They're gone. Like you said, they're indifferent and they're gone. I seen on my way back, because I don't really know what's going on in the United States, but on my way back, I've been seeing a lot of brothers in the airport headed back too. I'd be like, dang, I was expecting this plane to be like me and Brazilians, but no, a lot of brothers, they on a plane too, talking about, yeah, we heading back, we had this, that, we did this, all this, and they're coming back with a new attitude. The people that are angry are not the brothers with the passport. The people that are angry are the simps that are behind, talking about, man, y'all running. Oh, y'all just mad because y'all don't have enough money to spend on the black woman. And I was like, wow, really? You gonna come with that? With a dude that just spent money on an airline ticket to get away from them? That, oh, they don't have the money to spend on it? You see what I mean? And so
It's kind of a craziness because, I mean, you know, I lived in Argentina, in Buenos Aires, for 7 years, and I lived in Rio. So I know what it's like, you know. And they crazy. Your dollar here goes much farther over there. But they wouldn't know that because most of them have never left the city that they live in.
They don't go
so
nowhere.
They just projecting.
Projecting, yeah, there it is.
Yeah. That's what that is.
And so they're the ones that's getting angry. They're angry, and the black woman is angry. The sisters aren't angry because the sisters that they're calling pick me are getting picked. But see, those are right. So the sisters that are getting picked, those are few. Right? So Khadijah's a sister, and Khadijah got picked, right? That other, there's a bunch of, there's this other woman, she's an older woman, and she was like, oh, I've been picked, right? Because people came at her. I was watching it, I was like, oh man, she schooled them. And so she's picked, right? And I was like, the sisters are getting picked. It's the BAWs that aren't being picked, and the simps that are yelling and angry at us for getting passports, right? Trying to carry favor from the BAW. And let's be real. I'm gonna tell you what the real deal is. These dudes that's trying to shout out, oh, you wrong for the past, they're just trying to get views from BAW. They're trying to get that magical thousand subs on TikTok or 1,000 on YouTube so that they can start earning some cash off of these women. And that's what that's about. They're disingenuous. There's no real anger. And when I look, there's no real anger. It's all about everybody shouting. Now I have real anger because I'm angry at who they're effing over. Right? I wouldn't be angry if it was just a battle us men between us men and the BA. I wouldn't be angry. But what they've done to children is unforgivable.
Yeah, you're right. You know,
it's unforgivable.
You're absolutely right.
What they've done to children, what these females have done to children, is unforgivable. And I've seen it. I've seen it in the system. When I was in the system, I seen it when I was trying to take my nieces out of the system. Y'all know the hell I went through with them. It's unforgivable to set them children up like that, to go against the person that want to give them a leg up, get them ahead, because you can't stand your children enough to want better for them than you had. It's unforgivable. We used to want better for our children than we had. And now these females, they want, if they can't use their children as pawns against somebody, they want them destroyed.
You're right. Yeah. And you know, here's the thing that a lot of men need to really understand. If you get married to somebody overseas, don't bring them back here.
Bruh.
Stay where you're at. Don't bring them back. You know, because they'll get I've seen it before. They'll get infected with this spirit of Jezebel and you'll lose them. They'll do the same thing. So it's better to stay in the country where you met them at and just be prepared to live over there, you know.
A lot of brothers, that's what a lot of brothers are doing. They got smart to the game.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of them are doing. They But yeah, a lot of brothers are doing that. They're staying where they're at because the word is out. The word is out that the United States is Babylon and every other place for a couple where they're mixed. All right. A lot of brothers are realizing that it's better to stay there in that country. Now, like the brother said, not all the time. Some of the times you can bring women back, but you got to choose the culture. Like the Colombian women, straight up. Colombian women, they stick, they ride or die, right? Mexican women, surprisingly. All right, but then when you look at the women of the Philippines, Panama, now they got a bad reputation for how they act when you bring them back, but they're good as gold if you stay there. You know,
Yeah.
so that's kind of the prevailing wind right now from those that travel and those that got in these relationship with these women. And what's up, Charles? What's going on? All
And
right,
you know, Bobby,
huh?
and you know, just besides the
I'm
women,
going to get off too because my phone is not acting right.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Oh, that's all right.
yeah,
Go ahead, bro.
just
Eli.
I'm just gonna say, just traveling in itself, that alone is just refreshing.
Yes, 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 yes.
Just
Travel,
getting, say that again, brother.
travel to learn.
Yeah, it's like wow, you around these type of people and that type of people, and you in a way you get to compare, you get to enjoy the food and embrace a different culture. It's quite refreshing.
Uh-huh.
You know, then I'm like, now I gotta go back to the US. Okay.
Here's the thing. Um, this is a good one right here. From YouTube saying, Passport Brothers, show us your women from overseas. They are so great. Now, here's the smart thing about Passport Brothers, the ones that really care about the women. We don't parade them all over YouTube and stuff, right? All right, the same way we wouldn't parade. Now, I do stuff with my significant other, but I'm not going to parade them around and put them up so that these ignorant dudes, because he says LLL, dudes want to see women paraded here in the US so that they can clock back. I get it. Yeah, and that's basically it. All right, they'll dox that woman and they will be under attack. No. That's the wrong move right there. But hey, it is what it is, you know. Let's see, who's this? Charles.
Nabi, I'm going to end the stream yard, but continue to listen so I can lay down. Thank you for the access, brother.
Hey man, no problem. Okay. Charles said met the brother from the Air Force. And hey, Charles, I think the problem with that is this, that when we really get down to it, a lot of these brothers don't know how to act when women treat us with that sort of femininity. All right. Um, so when I met the sister, right, and I was kind of used to it, and I had to lay back for a minute. I had to, I had to ease back for a minute, right? And I think a lot of these brothers, that's the issue. They don't, I mean, when they get with women that's their culture, that's one of the things we need to understand the culture. All right. And so yeah, that and some of it is a culture shock, and we don't know how to interact with other cultures, especially as Afro men, where we're accustomed to doing a lot of things for ourselves, to the point where we know how to cook. cling and all the rest of that stuff, and the women don't. You find a few that do, but it is what it is. All right. So I'm about to bust a move, right? So y'all, my PayPal me is in the description box. Don't forget, if you haven't, click that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Remember, before you donate a penny to anybody, make sure you take care of yourself and family first. So my PayPal me and Cash App is right at the top, along with my oh wow, the family tried to get in. Oh wow. Oh, his sister. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that brother but he's supposed to separate from the family. These sisters will try to destroy your relationship. When we say don't bring them back, if it wasn't for the American women not trying to destroy the foreign women from being good wives, it wouldn't be a problem. But when we say don't bring them back, that's why. The influence of the American women is so great that they intentionally try to break up homes and break up marriages. These women in the United States, they intentionally try to do that. That's why you don't bring them back. Yes, and a lot of foreign women are finding that out. They're finding out that the black woman has lied on the Afro man. Okay. Oh, I don't do super chats. If people want, so here's the thing. I don't do super chats because the platform they banned a bunch of my channel. They threw out a lot of my content. When we was trying to tell you the truth about stuff, they blocked us from telling you the truth. And now that the truth is out, we could have saved lives with the information that I put out. Right? But YouTube did that. So one, if people want to donate to me, they could look in the description box and donate using my Cash App or my PayPal me. Right? And if you're going to use the PayPal, make sure you put the family and friends thing, not business, because it's not a business. Right? But if you want to help out and stuff like that, help what we do, then that's what you do. But I don't do super chats because, as you see, anybody that has something to say, they go up in the thing, in the links. And the super chats, I still would do the same thing. I'm glad she did, Charles. I do the same thing for everybody. So I'll put it here. I'll read some of them if, I'll read some of them if they're directed towards me. And I'll read most of them, especially when they're talking about the thing that we're talking about. All right. So that's why I don't do super chats. All right. And if people can't donate, that's all cool too. It don't stop me. And that's expected. People don't want to donate. That's cool too. That's expected. It's not required, but I just let people know my information is there just in case they might want to donate for what I do with children in the community. All right. And so I'm about to bust a move, y'all. I'm out. So I'll see you next time, Saturday at 8 o'clock. Okay, yeah. I'll still be here in Columbia. Saturday at 8 o'clock. So peace, love, and soul. I'm out. Thank you all for stopping by.